Welcome back to Terminus Zombie Survivors. It's been a couple of weeks since I did the last batch of episodes. I'm eager to get back into the game. There has been a couple of updates. They've announced that the next patch that I'm going to drop is going to have more human... Well, it's going to have human NPCs into the game. At the moment, there's only zombies as enemies. So that's a great thing to look forward to. And they've also just hit 100,000 downloads on Steam, which, congratulations to the developer. Fantastic milestone considering it was a solo operation at the start. He has got more help now, but yes, absolutely fantastic. So we got back to base after probably about 2 weeks in game time. We went all the way up here around the north. We collected a load of items up here, and then we got back to the house. More importantly, we got back with over 20 litres of fuel. So our car, I think if I remember right, the car was 1.3 fuel economy. So we've probably got enough to travel 18 tiles. Now, as I thought, I didn't plant any crops onto this tile. But if you go to the map, it's only 1, 2, 3 tiles across. We know there's 12 garden plots there with a load of food. And because food's been one of our main issues lately, I'm considering sending just 1 or 2 people. Make sure this location's secure. And then sending a couple of our fighters over to this house with the car. Get all the crops from there. Jump back into the car. Again, I don't want them to travel on foot. The car's the easiest way because I can just jump there, grab the stuff, kill any zombies, and jump all the way back. But I do want to craft a second flag if I can. So we need to get down to the car and see what crafting ingredients we got. Okay, somebody has got a cold debuff on, so that's what I want to have a look at first. So who's got the cold debuff? It's not Daisy. It's not Marlene. Must be Marcus. So let's have a look, see what we can do. We should have a load of clothes in the car as well, so if these are not good enough, we can always switch something out. So you got 2.4 on there. What else can you put on? That needs repairing. That needs repairing. And again, I have to be careful because I can't put more items on without gaining encumbrance. So I would have to remove... Probably put that on. Yeah, it set me over encumbered and take one of the denims off. If we take this one off and then we can just repair the other one up, that should get rid of the cold debuff. Okay, so who has AP? Because again, it's been a couple of days or a couple of weeks, so I'm not certain. I think everybody might be out of AP. Marco's got pretty much nothing, and Marlene has got nothing. So how much is it going to take? We could get there for 6, so somebody had 6 AP then. No, not Daisy. Marco, is it you? Yeah, Marco. Oh no, it's going to cost you 8.2. So let's just pass the turn. And we need to find out who's got all the books. Because that car, we need to see how close we are to that ending. We've got a couple of helicopter books here, so it's Marco that's got to go down there. Or Marcus. What's that there? A street map. We will pick that street map up. We just need to make sure there's no... there is a zombie there. So somebody will have to come and fight that zombie. Which I will send Marlene. Can you take that out? Let's send Daisy. Actually, no, Daisy's got the better... Yeah, so we're going to have to send Marlene. Marlene, you can go this side because you're going to be... Where's the door in this place? It's down the bottom. So if we send you there for 4.8 AP, you're going to take out this. We'll set you up ready. And Daisy, I need you to come and get visible eyes down here because I need to make sure there's no other zombies down this end. It's going to take you 7-9 to get there, and you've still got enough time to react if there's anybody there. Brilliant. Okay, let's get Marco to pick up whatever was on the ground. Because again, them street maps, we did find out they are good trading items. We'll leave him by the car, but the first thing I want to do is get this zombie killed out the way. It is morning, so we've got plenty of time in the daytime. And we are going to be moving off to the west because there's a lot of points of interest over there we haven't checked out yet. So let's, I think your fire axe was your best weapon. Yeah, because with you being the firefighter. Should be able to take it out with 3. Yep, that's absolutely fine. And you've only dropped a rag, and we've got loads of rags on us at the moment, so we don't need to worry. Now, the most exciting part is I want to find out how close we are to this ending. So if we put all our books that we don't need into the car, put all the items of crafting into the car as well, and then we can just take out and get stock of where we are. So we have got 2 empty fuel cans there. That was the error I did the last time. Forgot to take them with me. And yeah, we've got 21.5. So we want to keep a couple on us because we want to fill this car up. There is that car all the way up to the north, which is 0.9. Hopefully we can find something else with that sort of the fuel economy. So we don't need all these jackets. So let's try thin out now. We're back at the base. I mean, I would rather be wearing that one more than this, but never mind. Anything I don't need. Don't need 2 of everything. We just keep. Well, pause should be lower. I'm just double checking. Well, both those are already gone, so let's just dump them into there. Let's get all the crafting ingredients out because again, you have got a lot. We'll keep the rubbing alcohol. The trap can just go in there. We will have to empty this car before we go over to the park. We'll keep that. Just put that away. We don't need the lighter fuel at the moment. We keep the repair items on us at the moment and the tape. Can I shift click it? No, right. Let's put all the steel away. I want to see what it costs to make a flag as well. Because I want to make a flag, put it at this base. I want to make a flag and put it at the old base as well. We'll keep the thread on us, but we don't need all these rags. 10 rags at the most on us is more than good enough. We have an umbrella if I remember right. Yes, we do. So we don't need a towel as well. That can go in the car. The sheet metal can go in there. We'll take a couple of planks out. And we'll leave 1 stick on us. So that's got our weight down a bit. We need to send anything that we've learnt into the car. We're not going to learn longbow, so that's going to go in there. The cooking pamphlets can go in there. And then we want a stock of where we're going with this, how close we are to an ending. Improvised attack, I think everybody's learned, but we just keep them on. Guidebooks I don't need. And the rest of those street maps can just go in the car just for the moment. And which novel's good? We'll keep 1 good novel and we'll put the other novel away and we'll keep the Bible. Okay, so we have got volume 3. Them duplicates. This is what I was hoping didn't happen. So I was hoping they'd be unique in the map. So at the moment we've got a level 2, a volume 2 and a volume 3 on the helicopters. And we've got a volume 3 and a volume 1 on the sailing. So we need 4 if I remember right. So we're only halfway to that ending. So again, a lot of time to play through on this one. Let's put anything else I don't need. I don't need... We're not using the alarm clocks. That can go away. And that's still got... Consumes 15 charge. That's still got a load of charge. The torches can go away. The spare screwdriver can go away. We're not using arrows, so that can go away. Was the bullets in the car, or did we take them out? We have got a choke, but it's only for a shotgun, not for a pistol, so that's fine. And none of these have any attachments on there. Painkillers we're not using. Ointment, again, we found out what happened when you play with fire, so it's not going to be something I'm going to rush off to do immediately. It's play with fire again. And while you're at it, because we have a load of water in the car, we'll send everybody back into 2 bottles and then everything else can just go into the car. We've got loads of bottles in there. Have you got any empty bottles? No, there must be on another character. You've got a few things to craft up there. So we wanted to have a look at the flag. We've made 1. We want to make a second one, as we said, to put up the other base. So we would need 20 threads. So go into your thing. I think I've still got some cloths on me. We've only got 5 thread at the moment. We'll do one more turn because I want to keep some threads to repair some gear while we're here. We'll repair the best of all the items we've got and try and go out with items with high or very high condition on every one of our characters, just so we can control that temperature, because we're now on day 23. That temperature is going to start going down and going down every day, so we need the best of the best gear otherwise we've got to wear multiple layers just to survive. And this is where that cold adaptation book we've got will come in useful, because that will give us a permanent 2-degree modifier, so we won't have to put as many clothes on. So what was it was threads. Okay, so you should be able to set up that flag now, even if you can't do it. Yep, you can. Just make sure I'm using all the right things. That's fine. And what is your AP gone down to now with all that moving around? You're down to 1.4. It's still a bit on the high side. I mean, you don't need 2 spanners, so I can put one of them away. And we also want to fill up the car this turn as well. So we don't need the medium. We'll just keep the best of the 2 on us. We'll keep the bone needle. We need a lighter. We'll put that one away in the car. Like I say, I'm just doing the best I can. We don't need the bat on this character because it doesn't do much fighting. We'll keep the kitchen knives again because those are good for cooking as well. I think I've done as much as I can on this character. And like I said, we have got a good amount of stock in here. And we've still got another... We're halfway full up on the car, so we've got loads of space. Is there anything in the car that you could learn? A bird trap, a pot, a longbow, a longbow, a longbow. Again, longbow, you would need IDEX to be able to use it properly. I might actually read on Mark. No, because Marco's got enough crafting at the moment. So I might learn these books on another character. Okay, I think I'm in a good place there. So let's... How much AP? You got 4.5. Let's start using some of this. Actually, did we make the flag? Yes, we did. So where's the flag then? Oh, there it is. Let's make the flag first, because I can send that with somebody with the car to go and get the food off the other tile. And then next turn, you're going to fill up the car. Daisy, I don't think there's a lot you can do here, to be honest. We'll get you just could get you to that corner just to make sure there's no zombies hiding around the other corner. No, we're safe on this tile. And Marlene, what are you going to do this turn? I think I might get you to just... What was you reading? A book? Actually, I might get you to trade with the car as well. Get rid of some of your items, because you've got a lot of items as well. Just try and get this, because again, you've got all the plastic bottles. Again, your AP is not much because of your job. You're the construction worker, aren't you? I know you're the firefighter. And then we'll put 2 full bottles of water on you. And then the rest of the water can just go into one of them. Just fill up the big bottles. And then that will at least stack up the smaller bottles. And that one can go over as well. And I've got another one there. And that can go in there. Another character can come over and collect that. We'll keep the seeds on us. We don't need the empty shaker. We'll just put that away. Is any of these bottles empty? That's empty. That's got stuff in. That's empty. That's empty. You don't need 2 screwdrivers, so which one's the best? 90, 96 very low, so we'll put the very bad one away. We'll keep the best of these. That's a very low condition. That's a low. We'll just put that one away. We'll keep one of these and one of them can go away. So we'll put the low away. And both these are high. So that'll be useful to another character to have one of them. What about jumpers? Very low and low. So we'll put the low one away. We've got no use for that sling bag anymore. Because we need a backpack more than a sling bag now. Just make sure we haven't got anything. No, we've got no more bags in here. And what are you going to be learning? Familiar hunger is, again, these got to be your priority to learn. I think everybody's done fast learning, so that can go away now. Cold adaptation book is probably going to be the next one, because again, this run is taking a lot longer than I planned. You've got a guidebook that can go away. And strong spirit you haven't started learning. And again, you don't need to carry rags on you. Them can just go away as well. So again, we've got a nice amount of crafting ingredients here. There might be some weapons we can make with that 8 scrap and the items at the top. So we might be able to do some good crafting on Marcus while he's here. We'll take the rain collector out because I want to get that on the floor. And we might as well take the traps out as well. We can set the traps up at this base. We can't do fishing trap because that's got to be at the pond. That's got to be at the pond. Those are trading items. Again, on the next run, we'll take them with us so we can do some good training. Is there anything else I need to take out? No, I think your weight, and you've got down to 1.2. Again, I don't use alarm clocks. I'm just going to put that away. If I need to, I can break it down for scrap. We'll keep 1 torch. That still can be used another 7 times. Is there a better version of that torch over here? Because that has a distance of brightness 2. These have brightness 3. So which one's the best use? That. So we can put that one away. We don't need the worst of it. MP4. I think I might actually take that this time. Because that is going to help us out with morale. Which we haven't really been doing it. We've been using the books. 2 bandages on you, vitamins and medicine. So I think you're in a good place and you've got all the seeds. What drink did we leave in here, or is this all empty bottles? We've got some crackers in here, so we'll take them. We'll take the powdered milk. Oh, and there's still some potatoes in here from the last time. So those can be passed over. Rotten items I need in multiples of 0.2 to be able to make use of the fishing. But again, we've got 30 odd empty bottles here. We can go and fill up all these. So next turn I want to get Marcus to fill the car, move out the way, and I think Marlene's going to be the one that's going to go over to the old base. Have you got... Let's get you swapped over because Daisy's doing all the cooking at the moment. So let's exchange the items, give all the cooking ingredients over. I can't believe that I left potatoes in the car. That was such a silly move to do. You'll have the powdered milk because that's a cooking one. You might be able to make another bowl of cereals with that. And because you're going back to the car, we'll just dump that over here. And then anything you don't need, we'll take off you. So we've left you all the water. We've got a little bit here. Is any of these empty? No. Because we're going back to the car, you're not. So it's best to do it this way. We'll divide that equally. Daisy needs the AP item. Weak vitamins we can just spread out. Ointment we're going to dump in the car. And the antibiotics we could do with the second antibiotics. You don't need 2 sets of pliers because them both. That's an I one, so that can go back to the car. And you only need 1 pan, so the other 2 can go away. Because again, you're flushed with items. Marlene's a lot lower on weight, so she can take the fishing rod. We don't need 2 lighters. Oh, actually, Daisy's cooking, so yes, 2 lighters is probably worthwhile. And I don't think there's anything else I need to switch over. I mean, in theory, with all the... We're not going to be using the gun on Daisy, I'm pretty certain of that. But we'll keep it as a backup. Digital watch. We'll keep on us. And again, Daisy doesn't need flashlights because of her ability. And again, she's having to wear a lot of this gear. She could do with going to the car, really, and trading everything out. What gloves do you have? You want a pair of gloves on you, so I'll give you one of the crafting gloves off. There is going to be a lot of sorting out on this episode, just to plan for the second half of the episode. I do want to get off this tile. So I think I've took as much off Daisy. Her AP hasn't really got down a massive amount, which I really did want to happen. What does the gun weigh? So again, I don't think there's a lot more I can do to get this weight down. We've got 18 hours on the potato, so I want Marlene to get to that other tile, get all the food, and get back here. I might actually send Marlene and Daisy and leave Marco on his own here. Okay, nobody else can do anything for this turn, so let's pass the turn. Okay, Marco, you traded everything you did with the car, didn't you, if I remember right? You want to fill the car up. It helps if I'm on the right character. So Marco, fill up the car. And I want to get rid of the lowest cans first. And that's up to 7. I need to refill a couple more times. And then all these empty cans I will just chuck in the car. And to be quite honest, the full cans I'm going to chuck in the car as well. That will cut down Marcus's weight. So you're down to 1.3 AP. Is there anything else I desperately need to do while I'm here right next to the car regarding crafting weapons? We could craft axes, couldn't we? Which was 10 scrap, a plank or a lumber, and two sticks. I might just craft a bunch of weapons, because again, axes and crowbars will be good on Marlene, because she's a firefighter, so she will get a lot of good use out of those. So I think it might be worthwhile taking out the scrap metal up to 10, or taking out items I can break for scrap metal. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's 8. And then I need to bring 2 items over, which should hopefully be alarm clocks, I think. Or unless I'll get rid of one of these. That's a very low one, so maybe I can break down the screwdriver. And I've got quite a bit of lumber in here. And I think that recipe did require wood or sticks, so I might be able to just use the lumber for the recipe. So I need 2 more. So if I take the 2 alarm clocks and see if we can break those down on markers for the last 2 scrap metal I need. So let's have a look at the screwdriver. I want to get rid of the very... Yeah, that will be dismantled into scrap metal. And with the alarm clocks, scrap plastic and electronic parts, so it won't. So I need to scrap down something else that's metal. I'm not going to scrap down guns. The machete would be worthwhile taking over into Daisy so we can break that down. I can't imagine crude arrows being metal. It's just interesting to know what is actually metal. I mean, I know the pots and pans are. So that's a medium. That's an eye. So we'll take the eye out the car and then we'll break down that medium, because that's guaranteed to give me the items I need. So we want to break down not the eye one, the medium durability. Try and keep eye durabilities only on us. Brilliant. And that also allows me to start the axe. And I'll use whichever lumber is the lowest. Very low. We'll get that one out of the way. And you can't craft it this turn, but at least you can set it up ready. And then anything you don't need, we'll just dump back into the car. We ain't going to need lumber. I don't think you're going to need a bat on you. Oh, that's the car. Sorry, I'm looking the wrong way. So we don't... Not going to need the lumbers, and then any scrap metal or anything down the bottom. We'll keep 2 wood on us. That's good. You still have 6 AP left. I'm just trying to see. No, we didn't actually have anything decent at this place. So this technically is not a good base. There's a dead squirrel at the top. We'll get you to move up there and take that dead squirrel and pass it over to Daisy. How many turns are left on that squirrel? Again, once we craft this down, that should take our AP and our weight down. It would help if I can actually find the dead squirrel. Oh, it's down here. So it's rotting in 8 hours. So again, it's not going to be great quality meat. So when we do craft it, it's just not going to give us the So when we do craft it, we're not going to get the best meat out of there. We're not going to get morale off the meals. But again, morale we've got other ways of dealing with. Now those items you've just picked up off Daisy, let's chuck them in the car and we'll get you on your way. So we keep the eye one. The medium can go in the car. You don't need all the flashlights. So we keep the 6, that 4 can go. And what else did you pick up? You picked up some empty bottles. Let's chuck that away. Take 2 full water. And let's put everything in big bottles. So we've got 31 empty bottles and all these empties at the top here. We're doing in a good place. Okay, next thing. Before we do anything else, we need to look at food. So Marlene has 17.9. You've got a 5.5. So let's just eat that. Crackers we can't really put in any recipe, so you can eat that. And then we'll get you to drink all the water. Now, your next turn, I have decided we need to go over. So you can go straight to this cell here. And again, we haven't been here for 193 hours and 8 days. We haven't been to this plot. So again, this could be very, very dangerous with zombies. Hopefully it isn't. No, because you need to put the flag down, don't you? And you haven't got the flag on you. Marcus has got it. So it's going to be next turn. I'm going to have to move that. Okay, Daisy, what can you do? I might just get you to go in and read some books. Just collect some crafting materials. Try and tidy up the map a little. We'll get you inside. Okay, and you can just do your food first, because you need 12.9. So what's the biggest one, or the one with the least condition? So you've got to eat the cereal and milk because that's about to go off. And you need another 7.7. Again, we're going to keep those taters until we come back with all the corn, and then we can make a decent recipe. So we won't be doing any cooking right this second. And you can just drink some water to get that up. Your morale's not great. But I don't want to read the novel again, and you haven't got anything to do morale except for that. I don't think you need to do the bargaining. You've already read that, so you need to get to the car and get me. You need to get a book to read, because you're having cold adaptations, probably a good one. Which I think was on, again, I've just wasted a turn. Well, I mean, you could take your elf stat up. No, you've got a cold adaptation. We'll take that one off. We'll move away from the car so we don't get sent. How far can we get? Not very far. And I think everybody's used the AP this turn. Daisy, Marco, Marlene. Oh, Marlene's got some, but again, we'll just get her to read a book or something, because she's getting 12, so we need to take down sub 8. So she needs to spend 3 AP. So what was you reading? Familiar Hunger. Okay. Because we want you to be pretty much max AP when we get you to go with the car over to the other side. Okay, that's fine. Pass a turn. So we're just backtracking and double checking. Like I say, I'm trying to do 100 thing ones at the same time, just so I can get off this tile as quick as possible. So Daisy's done all she can. She can go inside and just read. We'll get her with the cold adaptation because I think that's going to be very useful because this run is becoming a very long one. Which is that one there. And just spend all your AP on. You're going to do nothing else except for that. Okay, Marcus. You was going to come next to Marlene. And you was going to trade that flag over to her. The completed flag, yeah? And we'll get you to take the main shifter, water and the snare because you can just set them down on this tile. And let me just figure out how to set them down because I haven't set traps at all yet. So we'll do the snare trap, place it here. You place it like you do with the gardening. And we'll do the same for the makeshift water collector. Again, we don't desperately need water, but we might as well use it. And it takes 2 tiles, so we'll put it over that side. Oh, not enough AP. Yeah, we can put it there. And you've got 1.6, you haven't got enough to do anything. And Marlene's got all the items, so she's going to drive the car. Back to the other base, which should be 12 garden plots here. I know it's only got 4 on the note, but we'll update that in a minute. It's going to cost me 3.9 fuel there and 3.9 back. So we've used 7.8, but that still gives us a fairly good amount of fuel. And again, I was hoping that didn't happen. There's a garden plot underneath there, but I can't actually do anything because the car's driven on it. Not great. And then that's the other car we had with a very small amount of fuel in there. There's a couple of zombie heads, but there's nothing worthwhile in there. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is try to use this flag. Set base. We'll move them there and place it there. And as far as I know, that should stop the zombies from coming on the tile. And then all you're going to be doing is harvesting. And we're going to start planting the seeds. So we can access 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 plots. I'm not going to worry about fertilising. And I think the lettuce seeds are going to be the most important because that gives me more versatility. Then the corn, then the tomatoes and onion next. So we'll get the lettuce seeds in there. And that's all I'm going to do for the next couple of turns. Is just take all the items, take the car and go back to the others. And then pass all this food to Daisy to cook while Marlene's then going to be reading. Okay, let's put a lettuce seed in that one. And hopefully there's nobody on the tile. And if there is, Marlene is capable of dealing with that herself. And Marcus's job over the next couple of turns is just going to be craft all them items you've got on you. So I think I want to put down 2 tomatoes, 2 onions, and then the rest is corn. So we'll do the tomatoes up here. Can you plant? Yes, you can. So you can't do anything till the following turn. Okay, Daisy, did we use your AP? We did. And Marlene. Sorry, Marcus is the last one. You can't do anything until the next turn. And again, it can go up to 320 water, so it's a good way of filling your bottles up, this is. But you need to wait for it to rain. Okay, let's pass the turn. Marcus, I'm just going to put you in there. I'm not going to worry about closing the doors and stuff. Again, Daisy's got good sight on there, and if I need to, I can just use her ability. And then Marcus, all you're going to be doing is try to finish the second flag and then work on the knife spear. Daisy's got an easy turn now because all she's going to be doing is trying to get that cold adaptation up. So that's 2 quick turns. And Marlene is just going to go and keep doing this. So she's going to harvest the crops, and she's going to be planting. So we've got 2 tomatoes, 2 lettuce, We'll put the 2 onion down and then everything else is corn after that. And this is going to give us a lot of good food to last us over the next couple of episodes. Probably the next 2 or 3 days we can craft food enough. Let's pick up that item while I'm on the tile. Take it all. And again, it's worth planting in case we come back to this tile at a later date. Then we'll have guaranteed food in one location at least. And all the rest are going to be corn. I can't exactly remember what we actually planted here. But hopefully we've got a good selection. And you're out of AP, so let's pass a turn. And again, we'll get back well before the nightfall as well. You've done you. Harvest there. Plant the corn. And we've still got absolutely ton of seeds. So if we did want to start planting anything at the other zone, then that's good. But there isn't a couch there. There isn't a desk there. It's not a good location to have as a permanent base. And let's plant the corn. And again, we're up to 15 tomato seeds on us. I'm tempted to actually use the park as a farm location. Interact, plant, and was planting corn. So we've got everything replanted. We'll have to wait for the rain to drop. That's why we don't need to worry about doing the fertilizer, because we're just away from this base for a long time. And then we'll use the car, and then we're going to drive it back to the house where everybody else is. Before we do that, I want to edit this note. Even though we couldn't access it because where the car dropped in, we do know there's 12 garden plots at this one. And we're going to go back to this one here. We do want to get somebody to fill up the... Oh, Marco's still got the siphon. So, again, you see the cars come in and now it's parked different to where it parked the last time. So, again, I wish you could plan exactly how the car, or set a tile location to where the car's always going to be so it doesn't drive over crops and stuff. Or do something in the game where if there's garden crops on a cell that the car can't drive on it, it'll find another location. So you could put all... No, I don't want to drive close. So again, we used half a tank of fuel just to do that small little trip. So that's actually isn't bad. Let's use that and store all the seeds away, because that's definitely going to be adding up your weight. And then when we go to the park, we're going to be taking this car anyway. Was the rake in the car as well? Yeah, the rake's there as well. So again, we can do everything from here. You can fill your water up just while you're here. Get 2 bottles and put the rest in the car. So again, we're nearly out of water in the car. All that stuff we got in advance. So we're going to move up to... Oh, you can't move anywhere. Okay, so you can't do anything. Daisy, I haven't used yours yet. So this turn, you're going to not use all your AP, because I want you to be at 20 to do all the cooking on the next turn. We're starting to get somewhere. I think it's around 12 you get a turn. 11, that's fine. So you're good, and we'll go over to Marcus, and you're going to, again, continue to craft. We'll get your satiety dealt with first. So that cereal was just about to go bad. So we'll eat that, and we've got another 5.5, so we'll eat that as well. And then we'll drink water. There's no reason not to drink water when we've got it sitting on us. And you finish the knife spear, and then we can pass these weapons over to the relevant people. We'll make the machete next. So that's you done for a turn. Marlene's out of AP, so let's pass a turn. I do want to try to get off this tile before the end of the day, but if we need to bunk down here, we'll bunk down here. It's not a massive deal to deal with. Okay, we'll do the Marco first with the crafting. Okay, you've nearly finished that, and then next time you work on the axe for Marlene. Okay. Marlene is the next one I'm going to be controlling. I'm going to go up and start closing the windows and stuff with Marlene because she's not got a lot to do. I'm going to get her to exchange all the food items because, again, we've only got 13 turns on that one. And we want to get all the cooking done before night sets in. I mean, we don't need to desperately craft with, say, this corn because we've got 156 turns on there. So that's about 6-7 days. So again, we don't desperately need to cook immediately, but because we're nearly out of food, it's a good time while we're at a safe location. Nothing else you need to cook with. And I think we did everything else already. Yeah, we'll just take the right. Actually, she's going to need a plank of wood if she's doing some cooking. Or she can just burn the rags. That's absolutely fine as well. Okay, Marlene. You've got 10 left, so I'm going to get you up here. And just while you've got... Oh, actually, I'll pass the rags over, so that's fine. I just don't want anybody to come and shock us at or come in a location that's going to make our life a bit dangerous. The next turn you will close that door, and I think the only one that we haven't used it is Daisy, because Daisy is going to cook. I might not use all the corn. I might just use the potatoes, the tomatoes and the onions as the main items, and then we want to do that bowl of cereals with milk as well. So she might not need a 2-turn. Let's start the fire first. And we want to use that one to leave one, and then we'll leave that in the car for a trade item if we need to. So let's get things first. So we do the milk first. That should give us an option to do cereals with milk. So again, that one's going to be 15.6 because she's got increased satiety on her character. Next one. Do we want to do a coffee? We don't desperately need to do the coffee, and we don't need... I think it's just hydrate. Oh, it's morale. Again, that might actually be nice. We'll do that. 3 AP is a bit on the expensive side, though, unfortunately. And then we need to do something with potatoes. I know the corn chowders are really good, and that can use potatoes. So I might just make 2 corn chowders. And then we'd have to do something with tomatoes on its own. The corn does weigh quite a bit. Yeah, we'll do that, and that's going to come out at 49 satiety and 10 morale as well. Really good item. We'll do another corn chowder. We'll use the other potato just because it's going off. We won't use all the onions. And then we'll use... And again, that one's given us 53, so it's giving us more satiety and more morale, and it's giving us a temperature bonus as well. So it's good to use that sort of early mornings. But I probably won't worry about that. I'll just use it when I need it. Now I need to find something that needs tomatoes. And again, we don't desperately need the hydration. I'm just double checking. So 1 tomato gives 4.1 and 1 hydration. Tomato soup gives 4.1 as again. A little bit more morale and the hydration because we're adding water. So again, that's probably the better item. And because we've got loads of tomatoes. That's going to come out at a 29 satiety, so that's really good. And I think I'm going to do another one of those as well. We can keep the onions because again, 124 turns on it. And I think we'll make a 3rd one of these as well. Do I not have enough AP to do that? Oh, I need water in there. Sorry. Wonder why it wasn't letting me cook it. Okay, so stoke the fire for 1 turn and then we do some more. So we just chuck a rag on there. Okay, you've used your AP. Marcus has used the AP. Marlene's used the AP. Okay, pass the turn. We'll get that rest of the cooking out and then we're going to split it all down to the maximum amount we can and then divide them amongst the characters before anybody moves. So I need to be controlling Daisy, and then after she's done the cooking here, then she can go and finish reading the books. So let's go into the cooking. We was doing tomato soup, so let's continue with the tomato soup. We'll keep the skewer. We don't need to use that. That's good where we can add meat to it. Okay, so we've got 10. So if we put 5 tomatoes in this one, I'm just going to put an onion just to make it a little bit different. Add the water, and let's put all the rest of the tomatoes because they've only got 60 turns on there, which is just over 2 days. And hopefully the items we've crafted, absolutely fantastic amount of food, and the items we've crafted are now gone from 60 days up to 90. So what can I split down? I can split down that. Why can't I split? Oh, those ones I've already split before. And you're not ready enough to eat it yet, so that's fine. Divide that into 3. Divide it into 3. And again, that's all I'm going to do for the next couple of turns is divide all this food down. Okay, and we're back. And we've divided all the food down. Daisy is going to drink the coffee because morale is suffering a bit. We've still got a bit left here. We can just go and chuck them into the car when we're going past it. And we've got 6, 12, another 18 meals up there. That's 30 meals. So again, we will use the lowest ones every single turn. So I only need 5.3. I think I'll wait to use the 5.5 because that's only got 48 turns on it. And that's got 41. Actually, we can have one of these. And then we're just going to fill up the hydration. And we do need to pick up some more clean water out the car and dump these bottles off when we mow over that way next. And then all Daisy's going to do now for the rest of the turn is she is going to be using all her AP reading that book, and then she's going to pass some of this food across to everyone else. So if it's not the novel we're reading, it's a cold adaptation. Okay. So let me trade all this food across and I'll bring you back. Okay, and welcome back. I've separated the food out so everybody's got 3 of each of the corn chowders, which are a 6 and a 5.5, and then they've got 2 of the soups, which are 8.3 and a 9. And again, there's about 80 odd turns on all them, 80 to 90 turns, and 67. So I'm going to be using that as a priority after the 48. I need to trade that spear over we just crafted as well, because I'm currently on Marco's. So the one he's just crafted, the knife spear, that can go over to Daisy as well. Because again, we're trying to build a proficiency up with spears to get better use out of them. Marlene's not going to use anything else apart from axes and crowbars. That's her strength. But again, I do want to keep a crowbar or something on every character or an axe. So again, this axe can actually go... it's got to go to Marlene. Yeah, we only need to keep one on us just so we can force open items. The rest we're going to send all over. Probably all the I-tier ones we'll send over to Marlene just so she gets more damage out of everything. So we've done all the cooking. We've got no AP. I've swapped some of the bags over as well because Daisy's bag was at 1.7. She didn't have a backpack because she gave it away to one of the other people. And actually, she needs to grab the body armour off Marcus as well. So I thought to take over. So we're at 1.8 AP. So she's took a couple of bags over. And if you look at the bottom here, it will show you I've got 8.1 kilos in each of the bags, but I've got 19.6 kilos that's not in any bags. Now that one's going to hold 15. That's going to hold 2. That's going to hold 2. So that will then cover most of the weight in my bag until I can get a better version of the backpack. And Marcus is going to be repairing some clothes for his turn because Daisy's used all her AP. Marlene, what was you going to do? You was closing the door behind us, wasn't you? That was your move from last time. And then you was going to have a look because you can't do anything else except for you could eat some food. The lowest thing in your bag is that for 5.2, so we'll eat that. And we're down to about 1 bottle of water on each of the characters. But again, a lot of these meals do have hydration, so that will last us until we go to the park, which, again, I'm going to try and do before the day's out. I'm not too fussed about doing night fighting now, to be honest. Marlene and Marcus will be doing the fishing. We've got enough bait, so Marlene needs to get some of that bait off Marcus, ready for when we do go to the park, which we'll be doing in a couple of turns. So you're going to just read a book. So what was you reading? We're not going to do your elf yet. We're going to do the familiar hunger. So use all your AP on that. And you've just gained. So rescue axe would be a great one to do, but that's always going to be available there. Fast learner it has to be. Again, fast learner is just going to give me skills faster. I mean, improvised attack's great. Because when you attack with crowbars, I think they count as tools. And that's more power. But no, fast learner has to be. Until we max that out, if that comes up, I need to choose it. Okay, Marcus. You've already done the trading with Daisy, so let's move over to here. We'll keep the door open again. That's... Do we want... Oh, because it's broken. We need to repair it anyway. So let's get that... I don't think you've got any planks on you, to be honest, Marcus, have you? Because we've used them all. Oh, no, you've still got some planks. That's fine. Okay. We'll close it for now. I just don't want anybody to sneak up on us while we're all in this one room. And then you need to trade with Marlene, don't you? And what was you passing over? You was passing over your crowbar, wasn't it? Just give her another weapon to attack with. Because you're not going to need that. And there was something else I wanted to trade over as well, wasn't it? Oh no, because you've not finished making the axe yet. That was the thing. You need to make the axe and then transfer it. So let's get that axe made. I know I've jumped from one to the other. And again, I know I should be putting the crafting gloves on, which I keep forgetting. And you can't do it this turn. So I think that's everybody's AP used. Yep, let's pass a turn. Okay, Daisy, we're going to get you done first because I want to get you to try to get that satiety learnt. The cold adaptation learnt. It just means then you don't have to have as much gear on at all times. Marlene, we'll get you to read. I think you was the one that was doing the familiar hunger. And then we want Marcus to craft these items up before we transfer. So the first thing this time, I'm going to make sure I put my gloves on. So if you have a look at the crafting speed at the top here, it shows, does it show the crafting speed? Amount of work, 35%, armor till 41%. Does it change when I put these on? It should do. It should help with crafting these. I can't see which stat it's changed. And again, next turn you will get that complete. Transfer it across. You'll get that complete. Transfer that across. And then we're ready to go on the... that was it. You need to have a bait. That was what I moved you over for. And I want you to have about 20 of the bait. And again, both these are around 1.2 weight, where I think it's 1.8 on Daisy. So we do need to get that sorted, even if I have to chuck a load of tools in the car. But do remember, we are going to be leaving that car pretty soon. And then going north without the car. So Daisy's used all hers, Marlene's used all hers, and Marcus, yep. Now this turn on Daisy, I want to get them bags equipped, because I forgot to do it last turn. Let's put the backpack on first. We're down to 1.6, that's better. So it's showing us we've got 3.9 unbagged. AP move is 1.6 and 29.5 weight. And again, it's took it down to 28.8. And let's put the other... It won't let me do because I'm over encumbered because I've got 2 jackets on. So let's get rid of the worst of the jackets. Because you can have 5 bags and... Again, I shouldn't be over encumbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The blanket shouldn't count. 6, 7, 8. You can have up to 10. So I don't know how its encumbrance is to do with the total. Not the actual amount of items. It's the total encumbrance. So as you see now, we've still got 0.9 unbagged for some reason. I don't know how that's worked that out. So each fanny pack can only hold 1 weight apparently. Or there's only 1 weight in each bag, so I don't know how that's worked out. But we've got our AP down to 1.6, which is more manageable. The school bag's only using... so it's the tote bag. So if you have a look at the bottom 2, the tote bag, one's only got 11.9 in there, and one's only got 9.6 in there. So again, we can pick up a couple of more items, and we still get it covered by our bags. So that's it. We're in a good position. You don't need to eat. You can drink. And then we're going to get you to read a book for 1 more turn, and then we're going to move off to the park as soon as those 2 items are crafted up. How far did you get through that book? Again, 70 left, so about 14 AP to finish that book. You can read it at the night. But we do want to move possibly to the park and then onto that house. And then hopefully that house isn't a fortified and we can use that as a base overnight. It might even be worth taking the car straight to that house. But again, I want the car to go north, not down. I might even just make a run to the park and come back. I think that's a more sensible item. Run to the park. Again, we don't need to go to the park. Oh, we do, the bottles of water. So yeah, we might just leave the car and then just run to the park. Run to the park, the house, the hardware store, the restaurant, the police station, come back through the park and then take another run up here as a second run. Because again, we do want to visit that fire station. And I want to pop into that. It says we visited it 416 hours ago, but I can't remember if it was one of them zones we had to quickly run through because we had no weapons to fight. So I do want to make a visit to that and make sure we haven't, that we have looted it. So Daisy can't do anything else. Marlene, you was just reading a book this term, wasn't you? We want to get that familiar and run you as soon as possible. You can't do anything except for just drink some water. Marco. Same, you've got 5.7, so you might be able to have something. 39 turns on that, that's the lowest, 5.2. Yep, we can eat that. We can just top it up with water. Again, a lot of these do have hydration, so again, we don't want to overcap on water. Otherwise, I won't be able to use any of these items, or I'll be wasting a load of bonus. What are you going to do? You was reading a book, wasn't? Oh no, you was doing crafting. So we want to craft that axe. And then that axe is going to be passed to Marlene. That gives her another weapon to do. Again, we're only crafting as poor. I would love to get a dexterity book to learn onto Marco. Again, I want to have a run where I've got a Dex 5 character. Yeah, it's only low, but again, condition loss should make good use out of that. So again, you've got a fair, decent 4 good weapons there and a couple of utility weapons here as well. We do need to get Marco to refill up the car as well before we go. Would that be worthwhile doing this turn? Possibly. But again, we are going to leave the car here and we'll take a couple of empties with us, to be honest. So we'll take that, and because again, we've got 5 empty gas cans there. We might take 2 with us. They do weigh a lot, so I don't want to have too many on us. Let's use that. And then let's just refill it up and then we'll see what situation we're in. So we've got a... Oh, actually, we've not got it quite full. 14.2. So let's just quickly work that out. That's going to be 10 spaces I can move with the car before it's out of fuel. But again, we know we've got gas cans. We know we've got... Actually, I've just made a bad move on that. Because if we find a gas station, we know we need a can with gas in. Oh, I didn't want to take that much out. Okay, I've just wasted quite a bit of AP. So we want a tank with 2, so that one can go in the car. Yeah, but we need 1.7 to start up the generator if we find a gas station. So we need to keep a can with about 2 on us at all times with the siphon. Which we've still got there, which has still got quite a bit of condition on there as well. And then we want to carry 1. Do we want to maybe carry 2 empty cans? Because then if we find... Yeah, we'll take 2. And then if we do find it, we can get 15 fuel, which will fill up this car up to max again. We need to make sure we give that a... I think we're just going to have to butcher it ourselves. And I don't think I've got enough AP now to deal with it. So that squirrel's probably just rotten. It's going to be rotten. Let's just put it in the car. We don't need it. Okay, we'll take the water out the car because we've not got massive amounts of water on us at the moment. Okay, you've done all you can. And I think I've done it with both the other characters. Getting a bit micromanagey at the moment, but we will deal with it. We are going to be leaving the tile on the next turn. And we're not going to be leaving it. Oh. No, it's not worth travelling. I mean, I could travel to the park at night. That's not a big issue because Daisy's vision. Okay, pass the turn. Again, we're not going to be using this as a base, so there's no need for everybody to be here. So Marlene, come to the car. It does also mean that us putting the traps down here was a bit of a waste. Marco's got some... Can you move that? Okay, that was a bit of a waste, that was, on that turn. Because we did say that it's pointless us having this... Okay, a lot of wasted AP we've done over the last few turns. And again, we are playing on permadeath, so I can't go back and save scum it. We just got to have to deal with it. And we're just going to drive this to the park. Because again, there's nothing at this base that's worth it. The car's not there anymore, so I'm actually going to delete the note. Because there's nothing good at that park, and then hopefully this house is a better one. We need an house with a workbench, a desk especially for reading books, and a couch. This has none of that. It has a couple of tiles of farm plots. It has 1 farm plot, which again isn't great. Hi everyone, this is Sam from the future. In post-production I've had to cut the size of the episode down because it was running close to 2 hours. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and we will continue off from the park in the next episode.